Oh, wait. No, we're going to do this. We're going to use.
Oh boy.
We're going to use some on Patterson stuff. Here we go. First, let's go out to Bryce Harper talking about Rob Thompson. So obviously the media a narrative around Rob Thompson and how he's to blame, not the big money players who once again didn't perform in clutch situations. All right, let's go out first to Bryce Harper. This is Bryce Harper postgame a little bit ago, talking about the future of Rob Thompson as the Phillies manager. Let's go out to Bryce. How you doing? How you doing, Captain Ofer?
When you get this close, there's pressure on the manager. Do you think Rob is the right guy to continue leading this team forward?
I love Topper, man. He's done a great job for us. I don't know what the future holds. I have no idea. I think that's a Dombrowski question. But obviously, you know, we love Topper in here. He's been great for us. But I think that's, like I said, that's a Dombrowski question.
That's a Dombrowski question. I like that he didn't call him Dave. That's a Dombrowski question. Not a front office question. That's a Dombrowski question. Okay. He does say that they love him, so that's good. Not a lot of pandering in that statement, though, huh? Question. After game 2, Bryce Harper said that he boos himself when he gets out. Did anybody see Bryce Harper boo himself tonight when he went 0 in an elimination game? Can somebody go back and check the film? Did Bryce Harper boo himself like he said he does when he gets himself out? Was there any active booing? Did he go like yell at himself in a mirror? Going 0 in an elimination game?
Here's a joke. Why didn't he have the elimination gear that he had for the rivalry series? He has his elimination series gear.
Let's go out to Trey Turner.
There's going to be discussion about Rob's future. Do you think Rob is still the right guy to lead this team?
100%.
Turner's really quiet. He says, yeah, 100%.
He's great, man. I've been blessed with a lot of good managers in my career. I've probably played for 4 or 5 now, and they've all been really good, and he's right up there with them. He's got all the qualities. He keeps it even keel all year long, and I think he, like I said yesterday, a little bit, he blends the old school and the new school, and he's willing to adapt and change and do different things, and I don't think he can ask for more.
So I hate to do this, but I guess I'm going to take this stance, right? I think Rob Thompson made some like kind of boneheaded decisions with the bullpen. He was playing the cards he was dealt. The bullpen pieces that he had available to him were provided by Dave Dombrowski. I will note that I think it was really stupid to go back to Kerkering in a high leverage situation, especially after it didn't work earlier in the series. I think that's fair. I don't really care if the guys like Thompson. Somebody has to do like a very neutral analysis of whether or not he's the right guy going forward. But this is still tough. And by the way, the Kerkering thing is like a very big blind spot because it really does feel like literally everyone knew Kerkering should not be in that situation, and yet he was. All right, let's go to JT. This is JT Real Muto, pending free agent. All these guys are getting questions about Rob Thompson. Real Muto is going to be a free agent. So the 2 guys we'd probably want to hear from about it were Kyle Schwarber, JT Real Muto, maybe Ranger Suarez, but here's JT. JT, you want to be a Philly?
Want to be back? Do you expect to be back?
I'm not here to talk about free agency. Don't ask that question right
now. Does it affect the way you feel with these guys right now? Knowing that, you know, unlike Nick, who's under contract, but it may be different for you.
And I'm thinking about losing a baseball game. That's what it feels like right now. The last thing I'm thinking about is next year. You know, if you want to ask me about this series or my teammates, like I understand that, but I haven't thought about next year yet.
Do you want to be?
I'm actually going to tell you this. I think that this is a much better quote to hear than to read. I'm going to play this again.
Back? Do you expect to be back?
I'm not here to talk about free agency. Don't ask that question right now.
If you check the body language and the facial expressions throughout this clip, I think he's especially pissed for a whole myriad of reasons.
Oh, yeah.
I do not view that as JT Realmuto saying that he wants to leave. I also don't view it as him saying he wants to bend over backwards to be back. I think he's taking this very hard. And I think that's okay. That's what you want a competitor and somebody who's like a team leader. That's how you want them to react.
Yeah.
The question about, you know, did it sound? I don't know. I couldn't tell if that was Marcus Hayes that asked the follow-up. Man, you just hold on.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Marcus Hayes.
Oh boy.
All right. So here we're gonna play the Marcus Hayes thing because this will give you an idea of like what kind of goofy ass take Marcus Hayes is gonna write tomorrow for the Philadelphia Inquirer at Inquirer.com, not Philly.com.
JT Realmuto is leaving Philadelphia.
Why JT Realmuto was selfish by not answering
My question.
whether he wanted to be back. All right, here you go. This is the Marcus Hayes question.
Does it affect the way you feel with these guys right now, knowing that, unlike Nick, who's under contract, it may be different for you? And
I'm thinking about
So it's actually not the dumbest question, but it's a way to try to get the initial answer. So the first guy who asks about free agency, Realmuto was very pissed off about it, said, "Don't ask me that question." Marcus Hayes tries to kind of shoehorn in a similar question, asking if the way that he's reacting to the loss is impacted by knowing that he's not under contract, unlike Nick Castellanos. So he's trying to get the same answer, but trying to wedge it in a different way. That's a savvy veteran move.
losing a baseball game. That's what it feels like right now. The last thing I'm thinking about is next year. If you want to ask me about this series or my teammates, I understand that, but I haven't thought about next year yet.
Now, if you want to be a cynic, you could look at that and say, maybe he knows that this is it, and he really likes this team and he likes these guys, but he thought that this team should have gone farther. I don't know. It could be a lot of different things. Now, let's get to the guy who, again, on this show, I am effectively absolving of a lot of blame, even though he ultimately is the one. The ball came out of his hand and past JT Realmuto, and the season ended. Here's the shitty thing, too. You know that there are going to be people who are going to say horrible things to Ryan Kirkering. You know that if he has social media, people are going to send him horrible, horrible things. And I hope nobody does. But there are a lot of dumb losers in this world who will. Kirkering is the least of your concern. Or should be probably the least of your concern.
I've seen people doing it the entire week. The Bryce and his kids, all that stuff. I've been seeing that all week.
People are losers. Here's a Ryan Kirkering post game. We'll try to break in and out of this, but let's go to Ryan Kirkering. He's been a stand-up guy. Let's hear what he has to say about the final play that ended the season.
Shit off my foot. Just kind of, once that pressure got to me, I just thought it was a faster throw to JT, a little quicker throw than trying to cross body at the Bryce. So just a horse shit throw.
Yeah. Did you?
Okay, so he explained the rationale. He thought he could get a quicker throw to home plate to JT than to go crossbody to Harper, which means that even as he breaks it down after the fact, he doesn't think he really had a play at first base.
Bryce, so just a horse shit throw.
He called it a horse shit throw, so he's taking accountability.
Did you hear them telling you to go to first at all, or were you just in the moment? It wasn't even
just in the moment.
Yeah.
Can you see JT pointing in that moment, or is it just kind of looking up?
Just kind of looking up, just be ready to go.
I mean, a lot of guys in here, what do you do? The first one's there. Just what do the guys say to you in that moment?
Just keep your head up.
So for those who have a hard time hearing the reporter questions, they were asking about what the teammates said to him after the play gets made.
Honest mistake, just it's baseball. Shit happens, and just keep your head up. You'll be good for a long time to come. It's not my fault. Just had opportunities to score. Just keep your head up.
Conversation with Rob too. What did he say? What does that mean to you? Those guys pick you up so quick.
It means a lot. It shows they care a lot. Just means everything for sure.
You see, he's getting emotional there, but that on a human level, it means something to him that his teammates didn't just throw him under the bus.
I'm sure a lot of guys in here have had moments early in their career that they can kind of remember very vividly. How much do you think you can use this kind of in the off season to for good?
For sure. Yeah, a wall with a tennis ball for sure. But just kind of keep going with it. Hopefully it started a long career. Just keep back in my head of this really fucking sucks right now, but hopefully keep pushing and get over this hump. Keep pushing.
It's about as honest as you could have had. You feel bad for the guy. I do, at least. He's still young. There are 2 times there that he reiterated that, one, his teammates told him, you're going to have a long career. And then you hear him talking about how, when he's going into the off season, he's just got to keep telling himself that, he he wants to have. He plans on having a long career. I don't think, like, if you could go in the locker room right now and have off the record conversations with this team, I really don't think that the majority of these players would be blaming Ryan Kerkering for the loss. I think they all know that they lost this as a team.
Oh yeah.
So
I think they all clearly understand it's top 3 guys. I think they understand they're the problem.
Yeah.
The past 3 years.